Alhamdulillah. Welcome to Tadabbur in English. Tonight with Sister Lina as usual. So Alhamdulillah, we meet again after we skipped one session of the Tadabbur in English last week. Alhamdulillah, now we have Sister Lina here again with us. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Hello Iya, hello Hani, hello Sari, hello JJ. Hello. Oh, who's this one? I cannot see. We have Mimin and also hello Lila. Okay, now since last week we already discussed about the half part of the Ayatul Kursi. Now we're going to continue. Correct, Lila?
Yep. Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes, we will continue. As Lila said a few weeks ago, we will continue with the rest of the part of the Ayatul Kursi. So before we start, let's start our session with Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And I hope you guys enjoy this session. Okay, so now as usual, I will recite the verse. Now we're talking about the Ayatul Kursi, and I will read the English translation as well. Okay, maybe you can also check on your phone for the translation and the verse, so we can read together.
Okay.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. Allah, there is no deity except Him, the ever-living, the sustainer of all existence. Neither drowsiness overtakes Him nor sleep. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. Who is it that can intercede with Him except by His permission? He knows what is presently before them and what will be after them. And they encompass not a thing of His knowledge except for what He wills. His Kursi extends over the heavens and the earth, and their preservation tires Him not. And He is the Most High, the Most Great. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. The Ayatul Kursi along with the English translation. Okay, so now without further ado, we will continue with some elaboration from so Lila, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Dila. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin that we could meet again. Sorry. Am I audible? Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, all right. So the share screen, can you see the share screen of the PowerPoint as well? Is it okay? You can see the share screen? Still loading?
It's loading, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Now okay?
Uh,
All right.
okay, it's okay now. Yes.
Okay. Masya Allah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mashallah, everyone. So we meet again in this Friday session of Tadabbur in English. We are talking about Ayatul Kursi. So last 2 weeks, we've already discussed about the first part of Ayatul Kursi. We talk about the characteristic of Allah, who is Allah, and the structure of the Ayatul Kursi as well. So the next part is we're talking about the second part of the Ayatul Kursi, because Ayatul Kursi is a one ayah, but it consists of 9 or 10 sentences. So it's more than one sentences actually. Okay. And the next part is we're talking about shafa'at and more like a what is the kursi of Allah? This is the Ayatul Kursi, right? Why is it named after kursi of Allah? Okay, so let's start then for the shafa'ah first, the part of the next life. Of course, that for Muslim, this is really an important discussion that we believe in akhirah, we believe in qada and qadar, we believe in like the paradise and the hellfire, of course. But in the next life or the hereafter, there will be time where they realize that all of their doubts came into reality. So these believers or non-Muslim, they all will like in this dunya, they don't believe, right? But there are some people also in they are Muslim, but they have doubts. So doubt is actually a disease that we already talked about this earlier. That doubt is a disease that engrave in our heart. Okay, and then it goes beyond our control, and then the shayateen will come into our hearts and breaks in and like control our behaviors. So starting from the doubt, it becomes some kind of a massive destruction of our actions. As we know, everyone will experience death, of course. So it's not al-hayy for the eternity. And in the next life, the hereafter, this disease will come into reality, like when you're just shocked, like astaghfirullah. So all of that is true. All of those stories, all of those studies, and whatever your friends talking about the hellfire, how scary it is, that came into reality. That we're saying that no, it can't be like that. You know, that's too scary for a visual or imageries. But that will come into reality at that time. And at that time, like the sun is coming, like the sun will be placed right up above our head, and then nobody can speak, no one can do anything, no one looking for anyone. They are just trying to save their own life. They were like running around, panicking, going crazy, and they would find someone who can save them, who can help them. And that's called shafa'at. Shafa'at is a help, or is something that's like aid from someone else that can help us. So shafa'at in here is like, you can say an analogy. Okay, so in a company, there is the manager, the CEOs, right, the staff also. Let's say one of the manager has a or one of the the CEO has a son, and then the son want to find a job. Okay, try to apply for jobs, and then he said like, you're my father, get me into your company. But then his father said, okay, but you should start from the first thing first. I mean, you should be a staff first, because I can't get you into like a higher authority or higher positions yet. You gotta start from being a staff, and then you go up. Okay, you can be in this company. And then that son got into the company, become the staff of this manager, okay, of one of manager, okay, with the connection of family, okay. But then this son is not doing his work well. He's just lazy. He's just like really bad employee, and the managers got stressed out. Oh gosh, this is really a messed up condition for him, like in the work, right? And then the manager goes to the CEO saying, your son, I'm sorry sir, but your son is not doing his job well. I don't ask him to be a professional or someone who's expert on this or doing it really great on his job, but at least he's doing his job, not like this lazy bum. But then the CEO said, what? He's my son. He stays. And the manager can do nothing because he's the CEO. If he wants to, I mean, the CEO have the power, right? The CEO can do anything that he wants. And the manager just can't like fire them, right? So the manager came back and then tried to do anything to get this son, this guy, like doing the job, but still. And even it goes into like in so many times, so many mistakes by the son. And when the son being scolded by the manager, the son will go to his father and said like, I'm being scolded by your manager. Scold him. Scold the manager. You're a CEO, dad. And then the CEO like scold the manager. It goes wrong. Like those kind of connection, those kind of shafa'at. The son got the shafa'at from his father. Okay, so have somebody in the middle to get into what they want or to save themselves. That matter is about like accountability. That's why Christians believe that Jesus will forgive them by having this confession on the box on the church. They go to the church and they talk to the pastor over there. They confess, I did this sin, and this sins. Like they tell them everything. And then the pastor said, okay, I will tell to God, I will tell Jesus that you have already confessed and you are forgiven. So the pastor giving, like, you know, say like the shafa'at for the sinner or for the guy, for everyone. Like somebody in the middle who talks with God. Okay? Even in Indonesia or in many countries, or even for Muslims, they do these things, but it's not like a shirk things. It's not shirk. In the case of a large or big ones, like that's the really big sin, of course, shirk. But they do these things like they go to the grave, they pray in the grave, they put food, they put drinks, they put wealth or money, they put everything on the grave, and they said, please, grandfather, please tell Allah that I've done these sins. Please forgive my sins. Please tell Allah, because you already passed away and you met Allah, right? And then please give us wealth, give us risk, give us blessings and stuff and like that in this dunya. Please tell Allah that we are asking this. So we ask that person to be someone in the middle giving us shafa'at. Okay? So this is not really a shirk, but it's Is the shafa thinks that the analogical term. It just means that we want to do something that is wrong, or we want to do haram, but we don't want to deal with Allah's authority. We don't want to be punished. We want it to be forgiven, but in a wrong way. We don't want to come to Allah face to face and tell Allah, I'm sorry, Ya Allah, astaghfirullahalazim. We don't want to go into prayers or salah. We don't want to face Allah directly. So we ask someone else who is who is saleh and salehah, and we tell them, please pray for me. Please ask Allah to forgive me. Because you are salihah, your prayer, your dua will be heard and will be granted. My prayer will not be granted because I'm a sinner. I made mistakes. I made sins. Please do it for me. That means we are asking shafa'ah from this salihah friends of us. Please do that, because we don't want to do it ourselves. We want to get away from our crime. We still want to do these haram things. We still want to do sins, but we don't want to talk to Allah directly. We don't want to ask or repent. So we ask someone else to do that. That's shafa'at. So, who dare to speak means, in this Ayatul Kursi, the sentence like the 7 or 8 I've got. So, the 5 is actually threatening or giving a challenge. Okay, it was as if like saying to the humanity, who dare to ask for shafa'at? Who dare to speak at that time? Because no one able to speak, or no one able to like present or defend themselves, because they already know that they are sinners, that it comes into reality, that they know the truth, and they realize that they've already been so wrong in this dunya. So who dares to speak? No one. Allah tells humanity in a threatening, and challenging. Who wants to speak? You want to speak? You want to speak of yourself? No one dares to speak. The authority, the highest one, is Allah. And Allah asks and threatens humanity, like saying, who dares to speak to me? So, in the term of shafa'ah, in the Yawm al-Mashar course, in hereafter, the condition is that people running around, right? The sun above them, so hot, it's a chaos. And they all looking for shafa'at because they can do nothing anymore. They know they are sinners. They have done so many mistakes. They are not believers. And they try to find someone who can help them. They're trying to find shafa'at. Okay? Even Muslims try to find shafa'at from anyone. And they're thinking like, hey, Prophet Adam is the first human. He's our dad. The bonding in family, right? Like you can tell everything to your family. They will defend you. They will do good things to you, like being your protector. So the humanity, like thinking at that time, he's our dad. He will protect us. He will defend us. Okay? So let's go to Prophet Adam and ask for his shafa'at. Ask for his help. And then all the humanities, you can imagine that's a lot of group of people. They go in like packs. All of the humanity, from the first unto the last of humanities, they all go find Prophet Adam. Okay? And they met Prophet Adam, of course, because it's like Prophet Adam looks like like distinct, can be distinct, right? And then what Prophet Adam said, Allah is the most angry today, and he will not be angrier than today. And I only care about myself. I did sin. I regret that I picked the khuldi. I regret that I go into the tree and ate the khuldi fruit. I have sinned. I'm so afraid that Allah is going to punish me and stuff like that. I'm so afraid of my sin. I don't care about you. I don't care about all of you. Don't ask for my help, because even I myself was afraid of Allah because I did sin of eating that khudi. Go to someone else. Go to Prophet Nuh. That's what Prophet Adam said to the humanity. So he's saying that he's really regretting that sin of eating the khudi, that he don't think that he can help someone else. You know, when you're in a trouble, like you're in trouble, right? And then someone coming for you, and hey, help me. No, I'm in a problem myself. I got a problem here. Can you see? I can't help you. I got a problem myself. I need to save myself first. I don't care about you. Sorry. Go to someone else. That was just like that. Okay? And then the humanity goes to the Prophet Nuh. Prophet Nuh is the most grateful servant. He prays about 900 years, if I'm not mistaken, okay? And that's really long time of prayers, of course. He performed da'wah as well to his people. But then the humanity come to Prophet Nuh, and Prophet Nuh told them, Allah is most angry today, and he will not be angrier than today. I only care about myself because I've sinned, that there is one time that I pray against my nation. So, nafsi means myself, means that I'm afraid myself because I did sin, that I pray against my nation, like for 900 years he pray for his people to get into Islam or to pray to Allah, right? To serve Allah. But they don't follow Prophet Nuh. Even his own wife, his own son didn't follow Prophet Nuh. He always pray for years for his nation. And then he got tired. It is really human. Whenever you are trying to perform da'wah for someone, like you're telling them, this is my solution, and you keep doing it like 100 times. Don't give me 1 year. You just keep telling them the same thing. That will be one time that you are just tired. You know what? I've told you all the same thing again and again. I just pray that you will never ever got the hidayah. I don't care anymore. Like, no, you're just tired, and if you like pray against that person that we already do da'wah, but they don't listen. Once Prophet Nuh pray against his nation, and that's a sin. He's so afraid of that sin. Us? What about us? We always pray against other nations. Like, hope inshallah America go down, inshallah America is, or Israel goes in. Like we pray something awful for another nation. Even that nations is not as worse as the nation of Prophet Nuh. We can't compare them, but we pray against. We should have prayed for the goodness. We hope America will get the hidayah and stuff like this, the positive ones. But what people do, we hope that America go down, America just collapse and stuff like this. This is the negative ones. Pray against. We do it all the time. Prophet Nuh, he just did it once, and he's already scared to death that he's not gonna be forgiven by Allah. He said, I have problem myself. I did sin. You go to someone else. Ask for someone's help. I only care about myself. I don't care about you because I care about my own sin. I'm so scared of my own sin. So just go to someone else. Go talk to Prophet Ibrahim. Okay, so humanity goes to Prophet Ibrahim for shafa'ah because they don't get it from Prophet Adam, they don't get it from Prophet Nuh, so they go to Prophet Ibrahim. Prophet Ibrahim is the dearest friend of Allah. Allah once said that Ibrahim is the prophet, the prophet that's really the dearest. But the same thing, Prophet Ibrahim said Allah is the most angry today. It's not going to be angrier than today. And I did sin myself. I lied 3 times. What is this lies actually? You remember the story of Ibrahim when he goes to one nation, and that nation worship star, sun, moon, and stuff like that. The idols, the stone, right? And then Ibrahim said, stars, star is your God. This is God. And then he said, this is God. But in the day, there is no star. So God just die in the day. He's trying to put logic into the nation. He's pointing into shirk things. And then when when the sun, when they worship the sun, he said, sun is the God. But when it is in the night, there is no sun. So your God dead in the night? Even the idols or the stones, he said like the stone itself cannot defend himself when there is a fly taking over the food. How can this stone or this statue or this idol can protect you? He can't even protect himself. He's just saying star is God, something like that. But he considered it as a lie. He said that he lies 3 times in his life. And that's a sin that he's so scared that Allah is angry to him. And he just think about himself. He's so scared of this sin. So he can't think of someone else. I don't care about your sin, I don't care about you, all of you guys. Go to someone else, go to Prophet Musa. I only care about myself. Nafsi, nafsi, nafsi. About this lie, I mean, Prophet Musa only lies, Prophet Ibrahim only lies 3 times, right? Us, how many times that we lie? I can't even count it. That's an enormous amount. We should be scarier. Like we should be more afraid than Prophet Ibrahim, right? And then humanity goes to Prophet Musa. It's the same thing. Allah is the most angry today, and I only care about myself because I've sinned, that I've killed someone. Even if it's accidentally, I've killed someone. You can look up the story. This is the sin. I'm so scared of Allah. I'm so scared of my own sin. So I'm thinking of myself. I want to save myself. Go to Prophet Isa. And then Prophet Isa say the same. Allah is the most angry today, but he didn't mention any sin. He just paused and silence a bit. But he said, nafsi, 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 myself, myself, myself. Because Prophet Isa was so afraid of the day of judgment. So many people on earth falsely thought that Prophet Isa is the God, that Prophet Isa will save them in the end of the world, right? The Christians, they follow Jesus, but they took Jesus as the God, not the prophet. So Prophet Isa is so scared about the day of judgment, of the hereafter, and he said, go to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And in the end, all humanity goes and go to Prophet Muhammad. This is the interesting part. Mashallah, Prophet Muhammad is really, really a role model. It's really our savior. When humanity says like, please help us, please give us shafa'ah, we are so sinners, we've been mistakes, and please help us. Can't you see the sun is coming to us and we are gonna be punished? Please, Ya Muhammad, please, Ya Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then Prophet Muhammad just fall into sajda. He directly fall into sajda. He goes to Allah. He said to Allah, Ya ummati, ya ummati, ya ummati, ya Rabb. You know, when your favorite person or your favorite friend or your best friend or your sister came to you, or maybe if you have a son or daughter came to you and say like, I have a favor. I need your help. I want to ask something. I'm asking something. Yes, of course, please. Right? We will be so dearing to that person because that person is our favorite or our best friend. Whatever you ask, I will grant it. Of course, Allah will grant everything that Prophet Muhammad asked Allah. What do you want? And then Prophet Muhammad said, Ummati ya Rabb, Ummati ya Rabb, Ummati ya Rabb, 3 times. He repeated all again. He's asking for, like the punishment to be demolished. He's asking to protect us. He wants us to be pulled out from the hellfire and then went into the paradise. Even the last door. He asked Allah on behalf of us to pull us out from the hellfire, to get us into the paradise, to Jannah. Even for the last door, he asked for it. So no other prophet giving us shafa'ah in the day of judgment or in hereafter. It's only Prophet Muhammad. And then Allah said, are you sure? They are disbelievers. They are Muslim who's munafiq. They are Muslim, but they do sins, mistakes, and stuff like that. Are you sure you want to get them into the paradise, to the Jannah? They don't even remember you. They even do many things bad towards you. And then Prophet Muhammad said, please get them into Jannah. Anyone who said La ilaha illallah, who said La ilaha illallah. Not someone who believed in La ilaha illallah. Only say La ilaha illallah means only shahada. Even if we are not practicing, we are not like a good Muslim, we are not really having this La ilaha illallah or this shahada into ourselves, like we're not living Islamic lifestyle, stuff like that. We're not mu'min. But anyone who is Muslim, who said La ilaha illallah, who said shahada, please get them into the paradise. Anyone. That's why a Muslim, even for the last door of Jannah, they will get into the Jannah. As long as they already said shahada. As long as they're Muslim, they will get into Jannah. But then people will say like, okay, I will just say shahada and that's it, right? I'm gonna go to Jannah, right? Okay, now I can do sins, mistakes and stuff, and like I want to do everything I want. As long as I'm a Muslim, then I will get into Jannah, right? Yeah, that's true. But we should know there are two sources talking about shafa'ah. The first one is the hadith, and the second one is Qur'an. Hadith saying the same thing like that, the previous one, that every Muslim will get into Jannah. Prophet Muhammad will speak on behalf of ummati, all Muslims. But in Qur'an, there is also details. Rasulullah speak on behalf of Qur'an, that the Qur'an said so many people abandon Qur'an. So it's not some family who's not practicing, who's not only like never study Quran, never recite Quran. They do study Quran. They do. They learn about it. They try to memorize it. They memorize Quran, but they disregard it. They disregard the Quran itself. They know the Quran said, don't do haram things. Don't do riba. They knew it. They studied the Quran. They know the exact ayat, the exact verse. They look religious, looks like a salihah, looks like a salih people, but the character inside is ugly. Why is this kind of people is so like worse than one who didn't study yet? Because people who look at them will look at them as a religious people, but because of their character is ugly, then they get away from Quran. The people will say like, oh, this is Hafiza, this is Hafiz, this kind of person is a Hafiz. Then why should we memorize Quran if the Hafiz do these things, this do haram, this do riba and zina and stuff like that? Because the character is really ugly. But they bring the Quran on their looks, their appearance. They looks like someone's religious, but their character is so ugly that people just like, oh, this is a person of Quran. No, I don't want to like. I don't want to be like them, and then they don't want to study Quran. That's so irony. So Allah knows everything, of course. Allah is the judge, knows everything what you even forget. And then for Muslims who have sinned, they will be, like washed up first, like punished first in the hellfire, right? Until their sins got washed away and purified, they will end up in Jannah, like pulled from the hellfire. I don't know how years will it take, but up until they got into the Jannah, they stays in the hellfire first. Even Muslim stays in the hellfire first. And in this Ayatul Kursi, it said like they go around. Okay, so they thought that Allah didn't know, Allah didn't see, but the fact is Allah knows everything about you. And we know nothing about Allah. We know little to nothing about Allah. And we don't know what Allah knows. But Allah knows everything about us. So this is a like perspective, or how can we see the who is Allah? From our perspective, we thought that we know Allah. But in reality, we don't know. We know just little to nothing because it's in our eyes, it's hijab. We can't see the ghaib, we can't see it, but we should believe it. So there is no access to complain actually, because we don't know what Allah knows. Okay, let's say like the bimasha. There's a word of bimasha, right? It means that whatever he wants and how much he wants. Whatever he wants means that sometimes, like information, okay? There is an information, but this information will not get into you if the source of the information didn't let that information get into you. Unless Allah let you know, sometimes Allah just didn't let you know about it. So, when we are facing difficulties, or someone betray us, and then we're so hurt about it, we always ask, why? I trust you so much. I believe in you, my friend. Why you betray me? Why are you doing this to me? Okay? And we don't get the answer. We can't get the answer. Let's say that friend didn't tell us anything, didn't give us any reason. Like suddenly our friend just leave us. Suddenly they left. And we kept asking, why? Did I do something wrong? Or what happened? Why is it happened to me? Sometimes Allah just didn't let us to know why. Didn't let us to know the reason. Because it's His power. Okay? Whatever He wants you to know, He will let you know. But whatever He didn't want you to know, He won't let you know. Even though we're asking why all the time for years, why did he left me? Why did my friend betray me? Even though we're asking for years, we won't know if Allah didn't let us know. So the question should not be why, but how. Okay, I got this problem. My friend betrayed me. How can I fix this? How can I move on? How can I get close to Allah so that my heartbreak will be healed? Not asking why, but asking how can I do something? Not why you do this. So not blaming someone, not asking for a reason from someone else, but we're asking ourselves to do something. Because whatever we want to do, anything, whatever we try to do, we won't get the answer. Because Allah didn't let us know. And the level of the information, it's up to Allah. How much He wants you to know, Allah will let you know. Allah will let you know a little bit. Or maybe He lets you know quite larger than that. Allah will let you know everything. Or Allah will let you know nothing. How much He wants you to know, that's up to Allah. That's the power of Allah. Allah's authority. Sometimes we know a little and then we try to do assumptions. Maybe Maybe that's because he got someone new. Maybe that's maybe because he's like this and the blah 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 blah. Maybe and we're just like assuming. We assume more information, so we try to seek more information about it, digging, dig the dirt, right? But as long as Allah didn't let us to know more, then we will not know. Okay, so this bimasha covers the Allah authority of the information or the lesson learned or the reason or anything. He got the power to give us informations or not, and how much that he wants us to know. Okay, so nothing. The next sentence, how much he wants you to know, that's up to Allah. That's the power of Allah's authority. Okay, so from outside, we can see that over the sky and earth, this is the Kursi, right? The sentence. Ard, the earth. And then it's talking about the ownership, the authority. And, Malik and Malik is different. It's different word, but even if we spell it wrong, like Malik Yawmiddin or Malik Yawmiddin, the short and the long one, both talking about Allah, because Allah is the king and the owner also. Allah has ownership, the owner, but Allah has authority as well as the king. So Allah owns the sky, owns the earth, and has authority over the sky and earth. So the perspective is Allah owning everything and also the king who rules, who do maintain, who protect, who take care. Because sometimes we own something, but we don't maintain it. Let's say that we own rent house or rent room, kosan, right? But someone else living there, someone else taking care of the room or the house. We are the owner of the house, but we didn't take care of it. We're not the king of the house, right? We're just the owner. And it's different with Allah. Allah is the owner, but also the king. Okay, so that's the perspective. And what is a kursi? Kursi comes from a word of kirs. Kirs means bring things together. When you're looking at a pile of paper, they're bunched together. That's kirs. Kirs is something that's bunched together to get into foundation. Okay, before anything can be built, we need a foundation. A house need a foundation. Anything need a foundation. And then we put everything together. And those things upon or above the foundation, the house, the bricks, the roof, depends on the foundation. If the foundation is made of wood, over years it will collapse, right? The foundation should be something that is tough and strong. So that's kirs. Kursi also means desert or universe, but it looks like a ring, okay? The form is like a ring. Means that there is a ring and there is something in it, like the planet of Jupiter, right? There is the planet over there. Oh, no, not Jupiter. Saturn, sorry. Saturn planet, it's there is the planet and there is a ring, right? So let's say that when we are thinking of this, like the kursi. Okay. Let me take another analogy. just imagine there is a desert, and there is a ring or necklace, jewelry. Okay, there's like jewelry, and you throw that jewelry on the desert. Okay, that small ring in the desert. So the desert is really huge. Okay, like Sahara Desert, it's really huge, wide, and then there is a small ring. You throw the ring on the desert. Okay, this universe, galaxy, Bima Sakti galaxy, or Earth, this universe is the ring, that small ring, and the Kursi of Allah is the desert. So you can see that the I don't know, the scale, how big Kursi Allah, how big the Kursi of Allah. Just imagine Kursi, or chair, chair. That's a chair, right? Imagine the chair of Allah, and Allah sitting on the chair, or maybe like there is Kursi of Allah, there's a chair of Allah, and then the universe is the ring. Okay, the ring on the desert. So it's really small. The universe is really small. We don't know is there any other real universe, but the scale is like really, really a huge gap. Now, what is Ars of Allah? Ars, Arsi, or Ars. Right? This is really familiar. So Ars of Allah is the desert. You can see the scale, the desert. And Kursi of Allah is the ring, that small one. So Ars is larger than Kursi. Kursi is larger than universe. Universe is the smallest, and then the larger one is Kursi of Allah, and then the largest is Arsi of Allah. No, the largest is Allah, of course. The greatest is Allah. That's the scale. And then Wasi'a Kursi, right? Wasi'a. Here, Wasi'a means withheld. So this is in English there is a grammar of past tense, present tense, right? Past tense, things that actually already happened. In fact, there's still a lot room more contained under the kursi. Imagine you have a kursi, you have a chair. Under the chair, there is a box, a small box, or a ball, or anything, like a small box. That's the universe, let's say, a small box. And then you try to put the box in under the kursi. Okay? There's still a lot of room more under the kursi, of course. Okay, that's the fact. This universe is really small, and the kursi of Allah is really big. That there's a lot room more for everything else, for anything else, under the kursi of Allah. So that's the wasi'ah. It's different with the present tense, with the maximum capacity. Okay, so it's actually when you're saying like the maximum capacity is 1,000, but the people coming is only 2 people. So there is still a lot room more, 900 room for everyone to get into that room. The maximum capacity. It's never in the maximum capacity because it's in past and it's actually happened, and it's a fact that kursi of Allah is really huge, really big. Okay, so well, talking about the Ayatul Kursi, of course, that this related into our life, and this ayah is most recited. Like we always pray Ayatul Kursi, and we always try to remember, memorize, and we try to also study it. And Ayatul Kursi is something that's really powerful because it's talking about Allah greatness. It's talking about the shafa'ah only Prophet Muhammad gave us. It's talking about the next life, about the hereafter. It's talking about Allah's character. And it's talking about how great Allah is. Even the Kursi is like the desert and our universe. Not saying the earth or the sky, the universe is only the small ring on the desert. And even the arsh of Allah is even larger. That's how we can perceive how great Allah is. And I hope for the Ayatul Kursi, this will be remain in our heart that we are not just studying Quran, but we also applied it in our life. We don't disregard the Quran. We try our best to perform on it, to apply and implement in our life. I guess that's it for me. I'm really sorry. I apologize if there is anything that I get into you wrong or incorrect informations. This all from the source of Baina TV from Ustad Noman Ali Khan. And I'm really open for critics or suggestion, recommendation, anything. You can just call me and I'll get back to you, Dila. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.
MasyaAllah, Jazakallah khair, Sister Lila. Wow, that's some mind-blowing facts that we learned from the Ayatul Kursi. I especially really like the part when Dila explain about the part when everything is in Allah's will. So the correct output for ourselves of that one is should be how should we react to Allah's will. How should we move on? How should we react to it? And we don't need to ask why, because it's Allah's will. He is the king of this universe, the owner of this universe. So it's not even like we could ask. It's not like in our capacity to ask why Allah chose that for us, because we know nothing. Yeah, so that's kind of very insightful for me. I wonder you guys also find the same, or maybe you guys have like different perspective, or maybe different experience. As usual, you can also share with us. You can unmute yourself, or maybe you can drop it in the text channel. Okay, so all right. Okay, so Lila, I just want to know your favorite part of this Ayatul Kursi. You haven't answered in last in last session.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. My favorite part in Ayatul Kursi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, my favorite part is in the Shafa'at thing because this is really maybe kind of shocking that no other prophet can give us Shafa'at other than Prophet Muhammad. And this is why this is really important for us to always do salawat, right? And getting deep into their history, getting know more about Rasulullah, about the study Sirah Nabawiyah, study many things about his life, making him as a role model. And it's just like a shocking fact for me as well, because usually I would like think about, okay, I'll get to know more about Allah and try to fix my relationship with Allah as well. But this also gets my attention because apparently there is a human, real human, who's really pious but gives so many wisdom, give a great example for us to live our life. And even he goes that like beyond himself to plead to Allah, to beg Allah for us. I mean, like he's doing it for me. I mean, that's really really. Uh, I'm amazed of that.
Mm-hmm.
Someone wants to do that for you. He doesn't even know you. He doesn't even um, meet you in a real life like this. But he loves you so much. Even do pray for you. He wants you to get into Jannah. But me myself, like I don't even know him better. That makes me thinking. That's why. So it will build the love, like the, the the compassion toward Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I guess that's my favorite part.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's really that. I also, I think I also have like a similar experience with Lila, but in the sense where, when people say, we miss you, Ya Rasulullah, we want to see you, and etc. I didn't know what does it mean and how could you even like 14 decades. It's like uh how but then after learning some ustad and ustazah and that I know, that one, I don't know, is it
Mm-hmm.
a story or hadith when Rasulullah said that he wants to see his brothers and sisters, something like that. And then the Sahaba was like, yeah, we are your brothers and sisters. But then Rasulullah just like, no, you are my Sahabas, you are my companions. But my brothers and sisters
Yes,
are like the
yes,
ones
Sally.
who believe in me but never saw me. And like, oh my God, that got me, that it hit so hard. It's like um a smack in the face with a chair because I didn't know about
Oh,
that all this time. Oh, ya Allah.
yeah, mashallah, mashallah.
Mhm, mhm.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
All
And
right.
yeah, that's
Mm,
really, really for men care for us that much, even more than
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
our
yeah.
favorite person or our family, maybe. Inshallah.
I know. MashaAllah. Okay, maybe anyone wants to share or maybe ask something. We still have time.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
guys.
yeah. Just drop your question or insights or anything that you'd like to know about the Ayatul Kursi. It's uh, it's really an interesting ayah actually. Mhm. Um, we even have two parts of it, right? Dila. Yeah, we must we
Yeah.
must get into two. Yep.
Also, I guess maybe some of our friends already practice Tarawih tonight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so that's why it's only few of us here. Okay, so I wonder, you guys will fast tomorrow or on Sunday? Ahad.
Ah,
I
Tarawih.
personally,
Yes.
yeah, I personally will, yeah, will do Tarawih tomorrow. And the first
Mhm.
Ramadan on Sunday. I just followed what the government said. Anyone will have first Ramadan tomorrow or also on Sunday?
Do the Ramadan tomorrow.
Ah, honey. Oh, you do one tomorrow. All right.
Yeah, I just do my tarawih tonight. Just that, but not yet doing the detail. So
Hmm.
yeah, actually several countries have started to do the tarawih as well today, like in Australia and Africa, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps in Indonesia, some organization like Muhammadiyah also start tonight. So yeah, we do the first Saum in Ramadan tomorrow. But whatever we choose, just make sure what we have to do in our Saum of fasting or with a right niyyah for lillah. So we do not need to do a conflict whether we want to start it in tomorrow or ahead. It's all the same. It's the
Yes.
Yeah, it's the real intention and niyyah that will determine the barakah of our saum, inshallah.
Yes. Inshallah. Amin. Allahumma amin.
Amen, amen, amen. Yeah, yeah. It's really interesting to see that people excited about the Ramadan as well, right?
Mhm.
They just can't wait and prepare everything.
Yes,
Maybe
it's very
prepare
exciting.
takjil and already prepare the menu to break the fast.
I haven't no no menu list or anything. How about you?
You don't. Me neither. I'm just prepare it on the day.
Probably just
Hopefully, not.
date and maybe some
Yeah,
biscuits, I guess.
yeah, me too.
Ah,
Only
Not much.
food, only dates.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, date most important.
I don't know. The traffic is so crowded since 3 days ago, but the five kind of like perhaps it's kind of like an adjustment after 2 years. We kind of an hiatus when we are doing Ramadan since
Mm-hmm.
pandemic. So hopefully tomorrow or in
Mm-hmm.
Ahad, the 5 of Ramadans will be warmer. There will be more people came to the mosque, and that will be kind of like an interesting and happier moment. I hope so.
Yeah, we need that more vibes of Ramadan when it comes to the
Yeah,
masjid. Yeah, yeah.
that's it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I, anyway, I'd like to add about the ayah Kursi, if I may.
Yes, sure. Yeah,
Yeah, actually, I like
Yes,
please,
this.
sure.
please.
Yeah, I like the statement in the I don't know that's the 7 or 5 about بِعِلْمِهِ إِلَّا بِمَا شَاءَ. That's a very interesting explanation about how human often assume towards the thing that he or she do not doesn't actually knows a whole complete condition of what he or she face up or deal with, and often we are kind of like how to say it, being too arrogant to Allah because actually Allah knows it, Masha, that He will give information and how much the information He will also give to us the proportion, the exact, the properly and the best proportion of knowledge that we need to know. But sometimes because the ego of the human, we often do that kind of thing, like we are kind of like speaking or arrogant with our so know-it-all knowledge that we know what will we do, we know what best for our future, we know what how to say it again. Yeah, I mean it's interesting that almost human, even though in another ayah in Quran state that this is the kind of nature of human traits to do, if I'm not mistaken, kabat, being unsatisfied, always thirst for something and cannot be enough satisfaction. That's kind of like a nature of human actually. But it's actually correlated with the way, if I'm not mistaken, there is Arabic proverbs or mahfudat that say manjadda wajada. So I just so suddenly thinking after hearing the explanation in this Tadabbur of ayat Kursi, we may see this kind of thirst for satisfaction, for being so competitive for something in our material to be shifted to what Allah wants for the hereafter. So nowadays many people doing some kind of false manjadda wajadda. They are kind of like competing with each other to gain any of material achievement as much as they can, and they don't want to stop until they die. But actually, what Allah said with manjadda wajada is you do that. Yes, you do that kind of perseverance. Their hardship, you strive hard for something, and you won't stop in just one point, and you wanna up again, up again, up again. But do that for the hereafter rather than for something materiality in here. I think that's kind of like related to the part of the ilmihi in Labi Mashe. That's it. That's what I want to add. Thank you.
Explanation, yes, it's related into our life as well. Mashallah. Thank you, Hani.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, Dila. So it's really for the Ayatul Kursi has many insights in it, right? And Ayatul Kursi also applied in our lives, like when we're asking about our life to Allah, the Ayatul Kursi just tell us that Allah knows everything, but we don't know. We know nothing. Okay. Yeah. So Dila, we could maybe just hello, Dila.
Yeah.
Are
Sorry,
you there?
my signal is a bit bad
Oh
here.
yeah.
Can you hear me?
No worries. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Clear. All right. Yeah, I guess your signal's not. Okay. Okay, so anyone wants to ask or add more like Hani did about the Ayatul Kursi? I guess no one. Maybe we could just close it for today, right, Dila?
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess you guys want to prepare more on Ramadan, and that's okay. And also, okay, so if anyone don't have any question or maybe add something, we would like to close this session with Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Thank you so much, Lila, with the session, sharing the knowledge of this Ayatul Kursi. Yeah, Jazakillah khair.
Mashallah.
Yes, also thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for staying. Mashallah, yeah. So we will wrap up this with
Jazakumullahu khair.
Inshallah.